Now, moving on to the skill side of it, our philosophy, hey, we're going to be tough. We're going to be tough on the perimeter. We're gonna be physical on the perimeter, and it's our way of life. As a coordinator, I work with the receivers, so we talk about it every day. It's something we celebrate in our position room. It's something we talk about as a program. Going back to it, if we can't be physical and win out there, we're not going to be sound in the run game. We're not going to be sound. So it's so important. Our guys understand that. Talking about those perimeter RPOs, we have to be ready for any coverage. And you have to expect the quarterback to throw it into any coverage so our guys don't have excuses. That's something we start drilling from day one. We talk about, hey, whether our defense is playing quarters, you're going to see cover two. Shoot, even if teams aren't typically playing coverages that are hard to face while running these, the second you pop one for a big play, they're going to change it up. They're going to cut the corner. They're going to do something to defend the play. It's really important. Ultimately, and we'll talk a little bit more about how we're structured. Ultimately, it's the foundation of our pass game. These are high efficiency throws that get it out to our athletes and allow us to outflank a defense. The other thing we talk about, the last point we talk about, is it's really truly officiated differently out on the perimeter than it is in the box. So especially our tight ends or tailbacks who get involved in perimeter blocking, they need to understand they can't be as aggressive with their hands like they might be able to get away with in the box. It's just officiated very differently. Anytime you try and get the edge, referees are going to be watching closely and officiating a little bit differently than some of these guys may be used to. So I think it's important our guys know that. And we talk about the trade-offs involved while blocking out there. Here's something else we believe in. And if you're going to maximize your skill sets, you're going to maximize your roster and get the right guys the football and keep defenses off balance, you really need to cross-train your guys. So if you're a skilled player, everyone knows how to perimeter block. Everyone knows how to catch whatever RPOs we may throw at them. And we've repped it consistently. And that allows us to be versatile and get the ball to our best guys in attack teams. We have, we're the Top Gun offense. We have what we call the danger zone circuit, where I take every skill group, we rotate. We have three different stations. We have a perimeter blocking station with me. Our head coach, he takes the quarterbacks, and they have a little ball handling circuit going. And then our tailback coach, he takes everyone, they do ball security, and we rotate stations. And I think it's really good because it trains everyone in those basic skills that you want them to have as an athlete. The other thing it does, I don't get to see the tight ends or the tailbacks as much as I may want to while coaching a position and coordinating. This allows you to kind of get hands-on and coach some of your guys in a different setting and get to know them. I think it's had a couple of advantages for us, just being able to coach different guys and different groups of guys as we go. So I think that's been a fun aspect of it too, having some of these circuits. But you look here, this is just a zoomed out view. We've got a couple different things going on the screen here. You can see up top, I'm working perimeter blocking. Right here, we're working ball handling. That could be a number of things. You can see we're working some triple option type of principles there, where we're working a mesh and a pitch, different skills we are working at the time. So we can rotate around and do that. You can see up top, still working perimeter blocking. You can be efficient with your time, have stations that are effective, and are teaching the skills that you want these guys to have. So this is something we really like. Here's another shot. You can see, we've got some agility and ball security going on here. Perimeter blocking. These guys will rotate around station to station, give you a chance to work those skills so that when you put some of these guys in a position within your RPO game, then they're in a position to succeed. Specifically talking, just because I think this is something you can truly work your way to. sometimes you need talent at certain spots to be effective, as we'll talk about some of the downfield RPOs, but you can truly effort your way into some of the surface level RPOs. And we have a perimeter blocking progression we do with the drill specifically. We have a perimeter drill we do, and then certainly how you emphasize it in the practice in the game. But just looking at, our perimeter blocking progression, everyone's doing these things, but we talk about being a boxer when you're blocking out on the perimeter. And you can see here on the diagram, here you can see you got the heavyweight boxers up there, okay? And everyone wants to be a heavyweight boxer and knock someone out in one punch. When in reality, we really want you to be a featherweight boxer out on the perimeter where you have active hands, active feet, and you're ready to go 12 rounds. You're not trying to knock anyone out in one punch and lunge and lean. You want active hands, active feet, kind of, basketball defense, keep your feet in front of the defender, and protect yourself at all times by keeping those hands up and active. So you're going to be that featherweight boxer. So we work, to build that skill set, we work a punch drill to begin our progression. We want thumbs up, we want tight elbows, and we're working active hands, active feet. And just looking at just a couple reps of it here, you can see we're asking these guys to pump their arms, take that space away, thumbs are up, elbows are tight, and they're going to punch right in the chest. And I'm not a big hand shield guy. I'd rather have you just work against a defender wearing shoulder pads like you're going to in a game. So you look at it here, active hands, active feet, again, tight elbows, step in, taking that space away. Gives you an idea. We're going to rep that to get you warmed up to build those skills. Next up, we do what I call a recovery drill. Okay, I had a bad punch. Doesn't mean the fight's over. Let's say you have bad hand placement. That's okay. We have our recovery drill so you can recover from a bad body position and replace your hands and get it in a good body position to help us get a play away. So, here's an example of some of that recovery drill. So we'll blow a whistle. You can see, going back to the start here, okay, we've got hands in a bad position right here. Blow the whistle. Let's replace one hand at a time. Take that space away. So we'll just go back and forth here, having bad hand placement, replacing to ensure that we can be in a better body position despite the fact that our first punch wasn't very good. So we like working this drill. Blow the whistle, refit those hands, one hand at a time to make sure there's not too much space. But we'll work that recovery drill to make sure guys have that skill set ready to go. And then we'll work our leverage drill. So our leverage drill starts to build into the scheme a little bit. So, hey, 2-whistle drill. The first whistle, the defender is going to start moving, going to start walking in this direction. Second whistle, now you've got to have an angle of departure to try and pin that defender. So you can start understanding and working leverage in this drill. So you can see here, first whistle, they'll start walking. Second whistle, you have to go fit your hands up and work that leverage. And you work it both directions. Make sure you take a great angle of departure. And it's going to start to feed into some of those schemes that we're running offensively now that you've developed a tool set in the perimeter blocking progression. So once again, you can see taking that angle of departure, fitting those hands up, getting it done. And then the last stage is our perimeter drill. I would say our perimeter drill, that's really been our secret sauce to what we've done. I mean, we've developed a lot of toughness on the edge, and I'm really grateful because our defense will come and help service us, and we can go good on good during that period of time. Some people refer to it as Millennial Oklahoma. it's the modern way of doing it, right? So we'll signal in all our different concepts and we'll mix in. I always say, three quarters of it, we're just going to truly be perimeter blocking. Maybe every fourth time we'll mix in a pass play or something like that just to keep the defense honest. Maybe not even that often. But now, hey, they're getting those different RPOs. Here's where we start to take the technique we've been working on and bring it to the scheme and start to develop an understanding of how to run these concepts. And it's an intense drill for us. It's just like inside run would be back in the day. We're going to be getting after it with a lot of energy. We're going to be coaching our guys very hard and rewarding the toughness that we see out there on the edge. So you can see here, half field situation, we're into the boundary in this case. We'll go to the field and into the boundary, and we're running different schemes, and you can see our guys are starting to figure it out. Hey, who's most dangerous? How do we double this up and protect the sideline in order to ensure the play gets away? And we're starting to work on those principles of the plays we run, as you can see here. And it's really going to be a time that, we're going to film this stuff. We're going to celebrate success with it. We're going to work on any of our deficiencies in terms of our technique by running these drills. And you can see this is a great example. Guys are starting to understand, how are we going to sort this out to ensure, we're working up for the most dangerous as we run this lock screen, right? So I like how those two are just going to double it up and just allow the play to get off and let our athletes make something happen out of it. So, we're running different schemes out of it. Here's another example, able to get to the edge. And tiptoe the sideline. Get that thing away. Good example there, just by the ball carrier themselves. Getting out to the edge and tiptoeing the sideline and taking advantage of every blade of grass, every piece of width there. It's really a good job.